welcome back. This is not a world that you've seen before. This is a world called Influential Artists, and it is made available to you by a private company that has made this and made it available to people for free. I will share that information on our digital classroom, our distance classroom website, pardon me. Lots and lots of resources out there. This one has been built for you though, and it is a fine example of some of the tools that are available to you and how you can use them or add them to existing worlds. This is an NPC, this little creature right here that I'm looking at with my plus sign eyeballs. His name is Master's Staff, and he is a non-playing character, so all he does or all she does is either provide direction, information, or resources. If I want this character to talk, I right-click him, and you can see right here that the character has a little speech bubble, and you can read the information there. It can be quite long if you want it to be. It can also be read out loud to you. Right here is the immersive reader icon. Notice that before. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Also, to the right, you might have noticed that this right here looks like it's not a slate, not a board, it's probably a poster. Yep, it's 2 wide, 1 tall, just being used to provide information about some of the art that's in this world. I move forward, you see some of the signs that look smaller, those might be posters as well. It's really an incredible place. As I move through, I can see another NPC down here at the end of the hall, just like a good docent. Can see if he's got something to say to us. And that Sistine Chapel guide. Well, let's right click and see what he says about Sistine Chapel. I'm going to go through those hallways and I'll find and explore something about Michelangelo. Excellent. So NPCs are great little tools to use to provide a kind of pivot points throughout the world that you are using, whether it's one that you've made or it's one that you have been visiting. Look at that. This one's called Michelangelo. Michelangelo has actually visited us here. Again, I can right click. Ciao, I'm Michelangelo, an Italian artist who lived during the Renaissance. And then right here, refresh book. Now this button wasn't there with the other 2 characters, but this button is some sort of a hyperlink, pardon me. We'll be exploring those a little bit later. I'm going to close this out. And you'll remember last time we were together, if you paid attention during the book and quill portion, we're talking about chess and how we can open chess with a right click and see what's inside. Let's see if they've left us anything in here. I really don't know what to expect because this is, look at that. Look at that. There's something in the chest. It looks like a book. And I'm going to take that and pull it into my inventory. Click to set it in there. It's in position 1. If I close that, it closes the lid. And now I have a book that's been left for me in this chest. And if I tap on 1, I've got that book in my hand now, don't I? Let's go ahead and right click to open it perhaps. Well, look at that. And there are 10 pages of information about Michelangelo, by Michelangelo, I might add. And there's even images shared throughout. I can export and save this to read later or to use as an example for something that maybe I need to produce about another artist. But right now I'm just going to close this because this was a sample world. Just giving you a couple of tips about how people are using the various interactive tools with Minecraft Education Edition. Let's learn how to make an NPC. Okay, we're back in that blocks of grass world where we shared signs, we shared with about the camera, we shared about the book and quill, and now I'd like to spawn a NPC. And spawning means just to give life to, but I can't spawn an NPC until I'm in a different mode, because NPCs are pretty stinking special, and you need to be in what's called World Builder mode. World Builder mode. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. You remember that backslash underneath the question mark. If I tap on that backslash down here in the chat and commands area, I'm just going to type a WB for World Builder. And then over here, tap on the go button. And now you'll notice this message right here in the upper left. It says World Builder status updated to true. World Builder status updated to true means that I am in World Builder status. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not uncommon to get distracted and forget whether you're in World Builder or not in World Builder. So I have many times done the \WB to find out if I am actually in it. But true means that you are in World Builder mode and you can now create an NPC or spawn one. To do that, I need to find the spawn egg, if you will. And so I'm going to go to the inventory by tapping the letter E. And then in the search area, I'm going to type in NPC. Again, NPC stands for non-playing character. NPCs get the very prettiest eggs. I'm going to tap on that and set it in my ninth, my final position. And close my inventory. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the number 9 so that that beautiful egg is in my hand. And if I right click, make sure I have those black outlines, I'm going to place the NPC right here. And there's my NPC. Now I'm in World Builder mode, so as I get a little bit closer to him or her, I can right click and edit. When you're not in World Builder mode, right clicking means the NPC talks to you or provides you with that resource, information, or directions. So I'm going to right click and it brings up a whole menu of cool things I can do with my non-playing character. So first I want to give it a name, and this is a Minecraft dude. And then I can edit the dialogue. You know, those are the words that you see in the giant speech bubble. But first I want to put the skin on. These are called skins, and it would just make me so happy to go ahead and choose something. We all love the visuals. There's a real variety, and I'll let you shop through this at another time. This green doctor type person, that looks good to me. I'm now going to edit the dialogue, which is the message that goes in the speech bubble, and it can be quite long. Okay, so Minecraft Dude has got some words in here. He can contain up to 256 characters, but some people say it goes all the way up to 337. Basically, you can fill this, which is quite a bit of text. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit the X. It automatically will save. It's not closing the whole thing, but we have a name, we have a skin, we have a dialogue, and then remember how you saw the button with Michelangelo? Let's look at what that button can do. Advanced settings will allow us to add a URL or many URLs for resources that your NPC can share with the visitor, the user, whoever taps on it in non-World Builder mode. So if I tap on Add URL, I can add that URL right here. Okay, this will take us to some training resources. I can name that button. Learn More is not a bad name, but I'm going to call this Minecraft Training and hit the plus sign. Now I've added that, and if I hit the little minus sign, I've got this one done. I can add another one. I can add as many as I'd like, but at this point I'm just going to add the one. Now you're intrigued right here because it says add command. We're not going to talk about add command today. What that will do is it will allow the user to move to a unique spot in the world, and that's not something we're quite prepared to learn. So I'm going to go to the upper right hand corner, and I've done pretty much everything I can do, so I'm going to hit the X here. But before I go any further, I need to get out of World Builder mode. If I want to test him out and see what he says, right-clicking is not going to really do that for me. So in order to get out of World Builder mode, I have that \, which is right below the question mark, and then just type in WB. And as I told you earlier, when I hit the Go button, it's now been updated to false. World Builder status updated to false. And now I can right-click on Minecraft Dude, and he looks like he's just my dude with his words in his speech bubble and a special little button that will take me to whatever resource it promises to provide. So if I've tapped on it, you might actually have to trust me because because it's going to open up on a different screen for me, but I can absolutely show you what it opened up to. So let me go ahead and move this over here. That's what opened up. And I'm going to move that back over. Now, World Builder Falls is what we're generally always in. NPCs are just super, super cool ways of moving students along a path. Perhaps you want to create a zoo and have kids move from one animal to another animal to another animal. Or perhaps kids are creating a zoo and they can provide an NPC for each creature and tell what the adaptations are and how biologically those creatures survived. All kinds of things. But we are at the end of our NPC section for now. We'll return to NPCs another day when we can talk about those commands.